Hello friends, in this video we are going to go through the process by which a small and medium enterprise can get its share listed on the SME platform set up by both the major stock exchanges BSE and NSE. The name of the SME exchange of NSE is Emerge. The name of the BSE is BSE SME exchange. The basic criteria of both the exchanges remains the same, because ultimately the broader guidelines are given by the Security Exchange Board of India, which is applicable to both the stock exchanges. SEBI in the year 2011, by appreciating the special characteristics of small and medium enterprise SMEs, come out with a relaxed guidelines for the listing of their shares on the stock exchanges on the SME platform of the stock exchanges. Now, in 2012, BSE was first to start the SME platform, where in February 2012 the first SME issue was listed. The amount was about 8.25 crores. What is the basic difference between the main board companies and this SME platform companies? Basically, the major relaxation was that in case of a SME company, the offer document is required to be filed and approved by the stock exchanges. Though it is required to be filed with SEBI also, but the approval for the issue will be given by the stock exchange itself. The second one was that, like in case of main board platform, the grading is required, which is now in case of SME it's not required. Now SMEs are known for giving the informations to the people comparatively with the less frequencies. So here also they are expected to file their financials with the stock exchanges once in 6 months, unlike in the main exchange where it is quarterly. So this is also one of the difference. So these were the two major relaxations. Apart from it, several other conditions which have been stipulated in a special chapter 10B in the ICDR guidelines brought in by SEBI. Now, why the company comes to the capital market? You know, the main reason is to augment your capital, increase your net worth. It also increases your leveraging capacity. It increases your credibility because you are listed on the stock exchange. You have to fulfill certain corporate governance norms. So all these points are required. Secondly, there is a limitation in your own capital. So a promoter, after having exhausted his capital, still wants to expand the company, its activities. He has to come to the capital market. So these are the few things, very important things, for which a company must come to the capital market. Now in case of SME, what are the eligibility criteria? The most important is that the net worth of this company should be minimum 3 crores. The tangible assets should also be minimum 3 crores, and in case of BSE SME platform, the post issue capital should also be 3 crores. The second and most important condition is that the performance of the company, the profit as calculated under the Companies Act, should be there in at least last 2 of the 3 financial years, completed financial year, audited financial year of the company. But if a company does not fulfill this guideline, this criteria, then the net worth should be minimum 5 crores rupees. So these are the basic criteria. Now a few things more we have to look for a company which is coming to the SME exchange for listing its shares. One important thing in that is that the company should not be a BIFR company. However, if the company has come out of BIFR, it is eligible for listing. Secondly, no winding up petition which has been accepted by the court should be pending against the company. And thirdly, there should not be any regulatory cases pending against the company or the directors of the company. So one has to be very careful while arriving at eligibility to get its share listed on the SME platform. Then there are listing criteria. In case of a listing criteria, the company should have a full-time company secretary. The company's board should comply with the corporate governance norms of having independent directors as per the listing guidelines, and the shares which are issued to the public, the lot size should not be less than 1 lakh rupees. So there are lots size is decided based on the price band. So say a share which is priced up to rupees 14, the lot size will be 10,000, or a share which is priced at rupees 15, the lot size will be 8,000. So it will be 1,20,000. Now why this entry barrier? Why these restrictions? Because the regulators thought that these are smaller companies, do not have much information in the public domain, and that is why a small investor should not get into any kind of trap or investment on the basis of lack of the information or misinformation, and that is why only the HNIs, the institutions, those who can at least buy minimum one lot of above 1 lakh, generally it is between 1 and 2 lakh rupees, should only invest in the small companies. And not only that, the IPO lot, even after the trading starts, the lot size remains same, and one has to trade in the same lot size. The good point in case of the SME platform and for the smaller companies is that if they fulfill certain criteria and if they are continuously listed for 2 years, they can get migrated to main board just by passing a special resolutions of the members and fulfilling certain criteria, like the capital, paid up capital should not be less than 10 crore, the market cap should not be less than 25 crore. I mean, these are the conditions as on today. It may change. Now there are 2-3 other peculiar conditions in case of the SME issues. One is that the 100% of the issue should be underwritten. It's a hard underwriting. Out of that, 15% should be underwritten by the merchant banker or the lead manager himself. The second peculiar criteria is that the shares of this company, there should to have the liquidity in the shares of this company, there should be a market maker continuously for next 3 years from the date of the listing. The total number of market makers can be 5 maximum, and they have to give both way quotes at least minimum for a 75% of the market timings every day. So this makes the shares of these SME companies comparatively liquid, as there is somebody to either buy or sell within that price band which has been permitted. Now one more thing which is applicable to even main board is that the total public issue, total shares issued to public post issue should not be less than 25% of the post issue capital. Now this is a condition which is there for all the companies. There is a special condition for 10% on the main board companies, which is for bigger companies, government companies subject to SEBI approval. I will not go into that. So I think with this we cover the entire eligibility criteria and the listing criteria of listing the shares by a small and medium enterprise on the SME exchanges of NSE and BSE. Thank you.